Hello there. So today I have a new mobile scooter. I started working on this actually a couple of weeks ago, but I've had issues getting it to the city where I can kind of demonstrate it in a store on the roads or whatever. But I actually think showing it on this ground, it's going to work anywhere. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this, and I'll show you some of the features with it and talk about it. I also show you that you can take some of it apart to kind of reduce the weight a little bit because this is going to be heavy. A lot of these are well over 100 pounds, so you do have to keep that in mind when you are transporting these. I know a lot of people get like the cargo baskets on the back of their vehicles where they can easily load it up and out of it. And if you don't have that, you can reduce the weight a little bit on this. So with this one, the battery pack is removable. I'm not sure how many pounds this is. It's a decent amount though, but you can completely remove this battery pack and you can take this inside, you can recharge it inside. You can also take it off just to reduce the weight to make this a little easier to pick it up. And right here is where you're gonna charge it. I'm gonna charge it, and it comes with this big old round plug here. So with that already removes 20 or 30 pounds. I'm not exactly sure. Now you could also take apart more of this. So if you want these mirrors, mirrors are also adjustable. I'll show you that with them on too. The basket is also removable. You just slide it on and off. So if you choose to use this or not, you do have that option. This also does have a handle where you can carry it too. Now another thing is that these handles also come off. So it's got these little screws and you just loosen it and they'll pop right out. Now you can take the entire seat off, but it is going to require taking off a bolt for that one. Also, these are labeled with an L and an R, just so you know exactly which side they go on. And you can adjust them in and outwards. So if you are a wider individual, you can make it go a little bit wider, or if you are a skinnier person, you can bring it in a little bit. And on that note, I don't remember the exact weight capacity for this one. I will put it up on the screen though. And then you can also adjust the handlebar. So you can fold it all the way down. You can fold it up and down, depending on your height and your length of your arms and everything. So all you gotta do is just loosen it, and then you can bend it whichever direction you need it. And it will fold down quite a bit if you need to fold it down for storage. Let me go ahead and show you the controls up here. You have an easy on-off for the key. You do get 2 keys, so you can remove these. There's also a headlight in the front, so if it is dark, you will be able to have some light from it. And then we do have a battery gauge that will let you know what your battery is. I guess it would kind of help if I put the battery back on here too. And all you got to do is just slip it back in the caddy, and that's it. Now let's try that again. If we flip the key, now we'll have some lights up here where it's going to show that it is full battery. I've actually been using this a little bit and it's still pretty full. We do have a knob here. This is going to be your speed control. So if you turn it all the way down, it's going to go a lot slower, as you can see. Also this little paddle here is what you use to go back and forward. So if you pull this side, it's going to reverse, and this side forward. And then if you turn it up, well, let me do a full demonstration here in just a moment when I'm actually on it. You have your headlight here, and this does have a little beepy horn, which is the same horn as the backup alarm. Now, a couple other features for like you hot rodders out there, it does have some wheels back here at the bottom that's going to keep it from tipping over if you're going a little too fast, maybe you're climbing a hill too much. And this one's actually not made for super inclined hills and stuff. It'll do smaller hills. And then we do have a lever here. And with this one, this is going to lock and unlock the drive system. So right now it's in the drive system, it's in the lock. If you were to unlock it, it's also going to give you a warning. It's going to beep. You're going to want to turn that off if you don't want that beep. Now with that switch or that lever engaged into the unlock position, now if you have people that want to push, oh, not from there though. Now if you got people that want to push you, or you just want to easily move this around without any kind of motor on, you'll be able to do it that way. And then if you flip that lever back, you'll no longer be able to push it anymore. So you can use it kind of as a braking system too. And then for a few quick specs, because I can never remember everything on top of my head, I am going to use the manual here. This is a 12-volt battery, and it is a 12 amp hour. Now I got to remember what the mileage is for this. You could actually go several miles on a charge, and then they do say that after the 4th and 5th charge that it starts getting smarter, like it learns and charges better. So the total mass is 130 pounds, so it is a heavy unit. It's definitely not as heavy as some of them out there, but it is heavy. Maximum speed is 5.6 miles per hour or 9 kilometers an hour. The maximum safe speed for turning, which I'll show a demonstration for that, because you don't want to go the fast or the full speed when you're trying to turn, especially a sharper turn, because you can flip this over. But that one is 3.4 miles per hour is what you should do maximum when you're turning. Oh, driving range is 12.4 miles. So you could actually get a really decent amount. I mean, you could actually go across town with a 12-mile charge, maybe depending on the town you live in. So I found that the maximum is 330 pounds, and the navigating for slope is 9 degrees, which would explain why I couldn't do as well on my property. One of the lower points is at 10 degrees, and one of my higher points is at 13 degrees. I have a pretty sloped property. It was able to go down the hill just fine. Coming up the hill, it struggles a little bit. It actually made it, but it does struggle. So if you live in a city like San Francisco, this is probably not the model that you're gonna want. But this is gonna be perfect for those that are looking for something like mobility when you go into stores and malls and things. This is gonna be perfect for that kind of situation. This would be great for those that like to ride around local and go to your stores or whatever it might be as well. All right, I think that's about it for stat-wise. So let me go ahead and do a quick demo. You only saw that short bit there in the beginning when I drove up. This does have these little footrests where you can kind of put your legs up here. If you are taller though, this might not work too well for you, at least up there. Now this would definitely be a little bit more for me, but I have really large feet and they don't fit as great in here. So keep that in mind for anyone that might have really large feet as well. But you could always put them up like this and that'll work. All right, so we're on. And we are powered up. Now I'm gonna have the knob all the way low so I can show you the difference between the speeds. And it takes a moment to start. So on low speed, you're not gonna be racing anybody. It's just gonna be your casual. This is probably good for like inside the stores and stuff. And then if we want to raise the speed up, now you have that knob where you can, I mean, you have a bit of control. So if it's a little too fast, slow it down. If it's a little too slow, speed it up. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn it up a little bit. You'll probably notice it will go a little faster. Let's turn it up a little bit more. It'll back up faster. Now going forward, I'm going to start it off about halfway just to show you some of the speed difference here. It actually is a pretty decent speed. Let's turn it all the way up for this reverse. Now with it all the way up, let's go ahead and go forward. It takes a moment to speed up, but it really gets going. This ground is so rough. Now I'll show you when you're turning, you'll see faster speed. If you're turning though, it'll start to flip on you. So you don't want to go too fast when you are doing your turns. This is pretty slopey right here. But yeah, it doesn't turn super sharp if you're going really fast. And then let me go ahead and try and show you a sharper turn. Now it's going to be turned all the way. It's not too bad of a sharper turn, but it's not super sharp. And you can always control your speed with the lever as well. You don't have to pull it all the way to go full speed. You can kind of play with it and adjust it. But as you're getting used to this, turn it down a little bit. That way you can kind of get a feel for the speeds. Because especially when you're turning and if you're on uneven ground, it could get a little bit rough and you could flip, like I mentioned, you could flip it over pretty easily. All right, let's do a little bit of the hill. Now this is more than the 9 degrees that they say, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. Now I am not going to take it all the way down the hill just because it does get to like 13 degrees and it gets really steep where this is not going to handle it too much. But I mean, it handles this rough ground just fine. Oh, that's where you're going to have, I started to turn a little too fast and I caught myself with my foot. So like an incline like this, definitely be careful because you could easily flip over on ground like this. All right, and then, now it is a little bit slower, but it is climbing the hill. I wouldn't take it on too steep of hills. Overall, it's a really good mobility scooter, especially for what you get. It runs really well. It's got great battery life. My mother has played with it. My kids, I've let my kids play with it too. And just riding around up and back and forth and stuff, just playing around with it, kind of testing it out and stuff. It has been sitting outside inside of a gazebo, but it has been doing just fine out here. The charging, it takes a few hours. They do recommend, I think, 12 hours for the very first charge. And it does take a few hours to charge it up each time. That is a pretty large battery. They do have other models. They also have some all-terrain models, which I think would be kind of fun to test out on a property like this. And I got this one a little bit more for like my mother to use. As of right now, I'm not going to earn anything off of this. I don't have an affiliate account with them. I don't even know if they have an affiliate network or anything. I'm just putting a link to this and their website. That way you can take a look at their models and what they have and see if it's something that would actually work for you. If they do happen to have an affiliate later, I'll jump on that and update links and everything, because I would love to also try out some of their other ones, like their all-terrain. I think their all-terrain would be pretty awesome, especially on a property like this. It's supposed to be able to handle hills and slopes and just about everything. So I think those would be pretty cool. I'm hoping eventually. But this is going to be perfect for anybody that is looking for something like around town. You're going to the stores, you just need to go down the street, whatever it might be. This is going to be perfect for that. Now, hopefully this gives you a decent idea of how it performs, the speeds, what to expect with it, and if this is something that you kind of want to entertain getting yourself. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I want to go try it on some gravel. Do, 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 do. Let it do, 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 do. Yeah.